But yeah, I just spent some time with my band, with a good friend of mine, Anthony West, in a studio, and we recorded the record in 2.5 weeks, and just really had such a great time. And I think that comes across in the album. You know, I feel like there's a real evolution from my first record to Midnight. You know, not only in the sound, you know, we've introduced more instruments, there are strings throughout this album, but really in my musicianship and the lyrics and my songwriting, I just think that I've matured a lot. You know, because I've grown up since the first record, and so it was fun to really get that across with Midnight. My favourite changes often. You know, I've spent most of this year touring with the band, and in that kind of setup, my favourite song is definitely track 2 from the album. It's a song called Little Light. It's a slightly more optimistic sounding song, and it's just a ton of fun to play live with the full band. You know, I like to announce before the song that I'm about to dance like I'm at a wedding, and that certainly happens, you know, and I apologise for that shortly after. Nobody has to see that. But that's a ton of fun, you know. It's written about kind of being lost and being down in the dumps, and then meeting somebody that provides, you know, meaning and that little light that really helps you understand happiness again. And so for me that was nice, because you know, I tend to be labelled as a kind of sad boy, and to write sad songs, which I think is important. You know, I think as humans we need to be. I try to cry at least once every day, and today is actually my birthday, and I'm spending. Well, I've spent a majority of it on a Greyhound bus, and then I'm gonna go home and cry into a pizza in bed, I think. So I think it's important to cry, definitely. But it's nice to be able to provide some relief, you know, and shed some happiness within the music as well. So Little Light for me is a song that I love to play, you know, by myself as well as with the band. But that's something that really sticks out for me with the band. It's tough because I'm a happy guy, you know. I struggle to really be angry or sad, just because I feel like it's a lot of wasted energy for me, you know. And so I try to be as happy as possible. But the music for me is a great, you know, release, and it's a great time to allow myself to be sad. You know, I've had a few pretty bad breakups, and you know, I've had a great life, but it hasn't always been absolutely wonderful, and there are moments that, you know, do bring sadness. But I think it's important for me to separate, you know, the sadness from the happiness, and realize that if I sing about this stuff, and it's kind of a therapy for me, you know, and it allows me to allow myself, to be sad, but also, you know, not kind of spend too much energy and time being in that place. So I think that it's the music for me has certainly helped, you know, as a therapy for myself, and it makes me a happier person, which I think is a win at the end of the day.